Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to The Witcher for live stream number, I can't remember what. We haven't actually been counting numbers, I've just realised I haven't actually put a number on any of the live streams for The Witcher, which is fine, as it's our relaxed playthrough on a Saturday evening. I just was about to say it, thinking, it's not there. Good evening, I hope you're well. We are today continuing on our Witcher relaxed playthrough. We previously started this, and then the next gen upgrade date was announced, which has passed, and we held off because we weren't sure about whether saves were cross compatible, and it turns out they are. So I spent a little while trying to get the cross save thing to work. If you haven't done it yourself yet, it's a pain. It isn't easy, but it does work eventually. You've just got to go onto the old one, make the save cross compatible, then go onto the new one. After loading in and saving again, then go into the new one, loading into the save that way. It's a fact. It is a fact, but it's done. So we can continue on from where we last left off with a nice shiny new thumbnail to go with the stream. So this is an ongoing stream that we do. It's meant to be every Saturday. It will be, but obviously Christmas is going to interrupt that. But it is something we're going to continue doing. It's just a relaxed playthrough, bit of a chat, bit of The Witcher, enjoy the adventures. You guys have made some of the decisions for us when we've needed to make a choice as well. It may not be as often as previous games we've done, but they will still be there in some capacity. And they do matter. That's the important thing. We're not going for the platinum or anything like that. We're not, because I don't want to follow a guide, basically, is the only reason we're not going for the platinum. But this is the PS5 version, this is the next gen upgrade. And yeah, it is The Witcher. And I'm looking forward to continuing. I had a brief look this morning, or this afternoon, when I did had to transfer the save across. I had a look at the difference in graphics, and there is a difference. When we load in, you'll see. I think someone needs to that gate. It is quite noisy, I must admit. Goatee, good evening, how are you? Let me just check the sound. That gate is really noisy. So yeah, next gen upgrade. This is The Witcher Wild Hunt. We haven't done much, to be fair. I think in the previous stream we'd just beaten the Griffin, if I remember correctly. I haven't messed with any of the settings in terms. I think they've added lots of things. There is lots of changes with the next gen upgrade. There's a lot more haptic feedback as well on the PS5 controller. Obviously we've got the expansion packs, but on top of that we've got a load of extra stuff. There's new quests to do with the Netflix series. There's different armor you can change if you wanted to. Display sets I've not changed, to be fair, so it's on performance. It could be ray tracing, but I think we'll stick with performance and just see what it looks like. To me, I've never bothered with stuff like that. We just continue on as we are. But we'll load in. This is the continuation of our previous save on the PS4 version.
My dear friend Geralt of Rivia,
a little bit of a retelling of the story they're up to.
Yennefer. She eluded him for years,
I think you'll notice the difference graphically very quickly if you saw us play previously.
Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
There we go. I like the fact it always gives you a little retelling. I do like that, to be fair. So, straight away, first thing I noticed, it looks cleaner. I don't know if that's just me, but it does look a lot cleaner, this next gen upgrade. It definitely, yeah, I think it looks a lot cleaner. It's going to be interesting to see how we go. Obviously, unfortunately, we've already beat the Griffin. It would have been nice to see how the Griffin changed, wouldn't it, I suppose, as well. But unfortunately, we've already done it. You're struggling through Assassin's Creed Odyssey. What are you struggling with, Goated? Okay, I've left the music on. If we get in trouble for it, we'll get in trouble for it. I don't care. It's one of those that doesn't bother me. I've got to try and remember buttons. That's something I do need to remember. Right, let's have a look at quests. Where are we up to? We're preparing to leave White Orchard. There is still someone here though. So we want to make sure before we leave White Orchard that every quest here is done, I think that's the way to do it. Make sure we clear as we go. So I want to track this quest next. So we'll see when that takes us on the world map. The world map is massive. We're only in this small area. There is a notice board as well. When you got to kill that dude who your father, but not the one with that hero mercenary you got to kill. Try to think who it was. Have you been leveling? How's your leveling? Are you behind on your leveling, or are you quite even with your leveling? Because that does matter a lot. That's the big thing. Is it's all going to be to do with your leveling. We did the abandoned village last time, didn't we? I'm trying to think where we were last time we did this. So the only quest we've got two. We've got the missing in action and Lilac and Gooseberries. I don't want to leave White Orchard before we've done everything, because I don't know what gets locked out. We have got some new weapons we could use, but obviously we're not high enough level just yet. We're only level 3. We've got our swords currently. They do need fixing rather soon. We've got 2 steel swords actually. That one's there, although it's worse than what we're using. We're using that steel weapon at the minute. We're using the axe, aren't we? There we go. It does tell you what we're using. The game does take a bit of getting used to in terms of figuring out how to do certain things sometimes. That's one thing I'd say is still a thing for me, is still remembering the controls. Now I think I turned down in the last stream, we played around with the settings because I found the camera was extremely sensitive. Did that just pop up? I don't know what it should be down to. Let's try that. Adaptive triggers are also on as well. That's because of the next gen upgrade we've got. Yeah, I can't think of what that bit is going, to be fair, offhand. Does that slow down a little bit? I think that's made things a little bit better. Right. We need to cool our horse. Let's get Roach here. We're going to go and do this quest before we head off and do anything else. We want to actually do the quest we're meant to be doing. Which one of these? Blast influences minds. Okay, so I was just looking what each one was. There's certain ones I do prefer over others, to be fair. And we also need to heal. I just noticed we are low on... We're not low on health, we haven't got a lot. There's lots of crafting ingredients, that's one thing. Food wise though, what have we got? Honeycomb. I probably shouldn't have taken that off. I've got raw meat here, I don't want raw meat. Let's put some honeycomb on there, because we know we can eat that. And when that runs out, we'll... Baked apple. Always good when that runs out. Tornial potion, okay. Come on. There we go. That should bring back some of our health, hopefully. So we're going to head off and do this quest that we haven't done yet. We'll check the notice board as we go past. I don't want to leave White Orchard without making sure we've done everything. There's always that chance that we haven't. Let's just jump off the horse for a second. Let's go. Check the notice board. I think we've picked every mission up we could have done previously. Hereby known. Okay. Defend the motherland. Yeah. So nothing there of use. So this is the only quest we have left before we leave White Orchard. So the plan is to try and do this quest, and then we'll move on after that. And actually the game starts I'd say a lot more once you leave White Orchard from what I remember. It's been a very long time since we played this though, to be fair. From what I remember, it does increase a lot as you go further in. And we're only very at the start of the game. The idea is this is our relaxed Saturday evening playthrough. We just paused it while I was waiting for the next gen upgrade to come, which is now here. So the plan will be we continue on and we'll just take a time, have a nice relaxed 2-hour stream on a Saturday, and at some point we'll finish The Witcher and all its DLC. This is the Game of the Year edition, so we've got it all included, plus all the stuff they've added with the next gen upgrade as well. So lots to see and lots to do. If you've never played The Witcher before, it's definitely one of the better RPGs. I think with the improved graphics and stuff now, it will make a big difference to a lot of people coming back to it. Of all the RPGs I've played, this one is probably one of the more in-depth ones that you can play. A lot of people say it's overrated. That is something I've heard a lot of people say. Personally, I think it does a really good job of being what it is. And as I say, if you've never played it before, it's definitely worth a go. Now, I probably should be hunting rabbits and stuff for food, to be fair. Right, there's some enemies down below us there, but we don't need to deal with those. Have a quick check on the map where we're heading. We are heading for this mission here. Missing in action. We've got to find June Veldevert. That's the person we're looking for. Seems to be in a ransacked village. So there could be enemies. I've got to try and remember the controls very quickly in case we get attacked. There are drowners down there I can hear. Okay, there's enemies down there as well. Okay, let's see if we can find the person who's missing. These people are calling for someone. Who do we need to speak to? This is June. Let's speak to June.
Talk to your dog.
See if he'll tell us what we need to do.
Bastion's, but guess he's mine now. See, Bastion fought the Black Ones in a battle just outside the village. Haven't had word of him since. I told him, do like I did, lose a finger or two so they won't recruit you.
Because once we finish the mission, I think we can then leave White Orchard. We know we've done everything. There is a chance if you don't do anything before you leave, you lose stuff already. You lose missions. So it's better to try and do everything you can. So we're going to ask him if he's walked the battlefield.
I'd walk the battlefield if I were you.
I did. Sea of corpses. And corpsers feeding. Someone told me they're afeard of fire, so I took a torch, tried to chase them off. Horse shite, I tell you. Would have ended up eaten alive if it weren't for Hussar here. Listen, guessing you carry those swords for more than show. Come with me. Keep the ghouls off. Help me find Bastion and I'll pay you well.
I'll help.
Fine, I'll help you.
As a Witcher,
Just
can't turn down payment.
been a few days since the battle. Chances we find your brother alive are slim. Very slim.
Who would have thought? But I want to find
I have
his
done the
body
schedule
at
for
least.
next week. It is going to be very, very
Bastion
light on
don't
live
rot there in
streams. The
sun
daily
with
content will
Black
continue.
Ones.
But because of
Meet
the
me on the
Christmas
hill
holidays,
overlooking the battlefield. We'll move on together from there.
there isn't as many live streams as we normally would have. But check out the schedule tomorrow. And we'll go from there. I'm hoping to add an extra stream in. It's on there as to be arranged at the minute because I don't know timings just yet. But I'm hoping we'll get timings soon. Right, so we've got to meet him by the battlefield. I was going to say, he's running along. It's quite a way away. We can actually meet him there. So actually, what we should do is, we've got a roach. So we'll call our roach, as that makes a lot more sense than trying to run after the guy. I've got a feeling we're going to need to fight as soon as we get to this battlefield. There's going to be some type of ghouls or something there, isn't there? I need to very quickly remember the controls. I think it's triangle and square for fighting. So, can I kill that rabbit with my crossbow?
Come on.
No, you can't. I thought I could do it from there, but I can't. It's alright. I just wondered if I could shoot a crossbow from the horse, but it doesn't seem like I can. Okay, we'll follow the path. We know we'll cut across the fields. We're heading to the battlefield to meet June and hopefully find his brother. That is the plan. And then we can leave White Orchard. I've gone down.
Faster.
I'm wary of being attacked just because I know we've not played this for a good couple of weeks, so I was waiting for the next gen upgrade to come into effect. Right, we're going to jump off Roach. There they are. There's June and Sir. We're here.
You're here, good. Bastion.
What are we going to find? I want to see some
His
creatures.
body must be here somewhere.
And I want to see them
Among countless
with the
others.
updated graphics, just to
When I
see
examine
how much
them
different
one
they
by
look.
one, could take a while.
You needn't fret. The recruits from White Orchard painted a small flower on their shields so as to be able to spot each other in battle. There was just a few of them. We look for the flowers, we'll find Bastion quick.
No offense, but many a soldier's dropped his shield, especially if he was on the losing side.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Bring
that's using the shields as the easiest way of
Someone
finding
has
them.
to send to lead us to Bastion. Come on. Sooner we get this done, the better.
Objective signs direct you to a general area where the exact position of your target is unknown. So this is why you have to complete all the missions in White Orchard, or you should do first. Because they're all the things that will teach you the game, essentially. So, general positioning is over here. And we need to find this boy, this person, this will meet. Might have to loot a few things from here, to be fair. If it comes up, if it's things we can sell, I've got no issue with looting from bodies, personally. We can use our Witcher senses. Right, there's things over there. So we've got to be aware. There are creatures here, I can see them already. Okay, so there's two creatures there. We are looking for this. We might be best off taking them creatures down. There's the ghouls.
Giving me no choice.
Okay, I want Igni. One down. Oh, Mr. Ghoul. I am taking a bit of damage, but I'm okay. Obviously, we can't let June die, can we? I'm trying to attack too many times. I think that's one mistake I'm making. I'm trying to push the attack. I do this in a lot of games. I push the attack a little bit too hard and generally pay the price. Right. That's all the ghouls taken care of, at least. Okay, we did update the quest without me knowing there. I'm just looking for the bodies, to be fair. I think we found him.
Stop running like a scalded cat. Help me.
I was helping you. I actually killed the ghouls. I was just going around grabbing what we could from the ghouls themselves. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated. Right, back in this area. We've got to use our Witcher senses and try and find... We're looking for highlighted objects. When you find tracks or other clues, walk close and press X to examine. Okay. Examine this here.
At him.
No. Neighbour's son.
Okay, so the neighbour's son.
Come on,
see.
Hussar. Can you smell Bastion, boy?
And we're trying to find his brother. Owner of the dog, essentially. I'm picking up everything we can pick up. We might run out of space and then we'll have to put stuff back. But it's all worth money, essentially, isn't it? So it's worth us picking it up. At least we took out the ghouls. Blunt axe. Oh, what's this person?
That him.
No. Doesn't look anything like him.
Okay, so that's the shield we're looking for. If we see those shields, we're looking for a body near a shield like that. And that could potentially be his brother.
That him.
No.
That's neighbour's son. So that's the one I've already seen. Obviously I don't want to do the same one more than once if we can help it.
Come on, Hussar. Can you smell
What
Bastion,
we got over
boy?
here?
Still nothing.
They got money. I'll always take the money. Horse is impaled. I'm out of the zone, aren't I? I'm getting a lot of stuff being picked up. Hopefully we will have to keep an eye on space. Okay, what have we got here? That one my one we've already checked. Okay, I'm just on the edge of this search area here though. Kind of thought we've looked around quite a lot of it. I haven't seen it yet. We know he's here somewhere. We should be. Just got to find him. Right, there's a dog. Nothing highlighted. Something over there. What are these? Okay. For some reason that one's not showing up as anything. I'm hoping it's not that one. There must be a reason it's not allowing me to have even look. Oh, what's this?
Skin's burned off. Might be hard to tell.
Thanks for the light, much appreciated whatever that was.
Could this be him?
Bastion was big, broad-shouldered. This one seems smaller, but maybe it's the fire did that.
Well, it's not finished. Oh, actually, it has quest updated.
He found him! Hussar's caught his scent! Come on!
SARS caught his scent. Right, my only wariness is what is actually in here. We need to eat as well. Where's the Sargon? Okay. Oh, there's a house.
But there is more. My lieutenant demanded we defecate on command. Ballista bolts landing all around, and all he could say was, "A soldier with a
I will say you can
stomach
tell the difference in
will not
graphics.
step onto
I think
the
they've done a
battlefield."
good job with graphically
Now,
with the
shit,
update.
that
Hopefully
is
it's
an
coming across
order.
to you guys.
Can you believe it?
I've gone on
Cretin.
performance mode.
Stop.
I don't know how well that comes across to
you're
you guys.
killing me.
Hopefully it's
My
okay.
ribs. It hurts to laugh.
That needs a tourniquet. But first, want to explain what's going on here?
Bastion! Is he... Has this Nilfgaardian captured you?
No. He saved my life. I got a cut to my side, and then got hit in the head. Couldn't see anything. Rosin here found me as he crawled across the battlefield. His legs twisted. And so we were. A blind man leading a cripple.
There was an Easter egg in Assassin's Creed Valhalla that linked to this quest.
We need to see
So
to
the
these
blind
wounds.
man leading the cripple is actually a quest within Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And it is from this.
He can't go back to his home. He's deserted. They'll hang him.
And what if they find him with us? They'll hang us all, my Laisha included. No, the Blacken stays here.
That's the problem with either sides of the war, isn't it? Your brother's right, it's too risky. If not for him, Bastion would be dead. That's the problem. Is it too risky for him to go back with them? Although he did save his life. Let's go with the, if not for him, Bastion would be dead.
Bastion only made it with the Black One's help. Maybe you ought to show him Nordlings aren't as barbarous as Nilfgaardians make us out to be.
Well, I could give him our pa's clothes, teach him to work.
They're going to take him in.
But that accent. Fine, I'll take him in. Thank you, Witcher.
That's the one thing the Witcher is. He's
You're
never
aboard.
cruel. He is
The gods
kind,
protect
but he
you.
works for money. And he's making sure those things align. So that is that quest done and finished. Anything in here? What's in there? Sulfur. Quest completed.
Scared, brother.
I do like it when
Thought
it
I'd
comes
meet
up with the
to
music.
bury
Quest
next to
completed.
parents.
We do need to have a look to see how much space we actually have left. We know how to summon a horse, that's all good. So that should be now every quest in here done. Yes. So the only thing left for us to do is prepare to leave White Orchard to Vesemir. There's nothing else for us to do in White Orchard, and this is where the game starts properly. It's many years since I played this. I don't remember that much about it, but I do know make sure we've done everything before we leave an area. In terms of space, we did pick a load of stuff up. We need to sell a lot of this because it's not, none of it's going to be that good to us. The weapons are going to be poor, as you can see. Rusty swords. We did get some maces, but again, even though a higher level is required to use them, they're lower than what we're using with our steel weapon, which is our axe. So what we need to do is make sure we get rid of some of this rubbish stuff. Keep the Velen axes at the minute, because they're obviously better than what we are using currently. We just need to be a higher level for them. But we'll sell all this stuff when we get back to the village, and then that should give us some more money for later. That's the thinking. We've only got 49 space. Weight's an issue. So the way the Witcher does this, it's in weight. So that one mace weighs 1.76, and we're only allowed to carry 90. I'm one of these people that doesn't normally sell stuff, hoards everything, collects as much as possible. Can't do this in this. How much change for crowns? We've got there. Florins. So we've got different things that can be exchanged for money when we need to. I've got some junk to sell as well. Pig hide. Although it can be dismantled in crafting. There's lots of things we need. I still need to learn and remember how to do things. There's lots of stuff I can't remember by any chance. But for the time being, we just need to focus on heading back to meet Vesemir. We could go to the crossroads and fast travel to here, the Wosong Bridge, and then from there we can head into the bar. Which there's someone we can sell things to there as well. So we'll head there for the minute. Place my custom marker. There we go. I think it's done it. So I know which way I'm heading. There we go. And why is it telling me to go the other way? It might be trying to send me back to the main road here. But because we're going to fast travel, I don't need to worry. I'm heading to the crossroads, basically. I could call my horse, but I was just seeing if there's any other materials to pick up on the way. It's always good to make sure you've got plenty of materials for healing and things on you. And the ability to use alchemy's quite a big thing, from what I remember. Okay, so we're here at the crossroads. So now we can fast travel. So we're going to head back over here. We'll sell all the stuff we took off the battlefield, and then we will finish Lilac and Gooseberries and leave White Orchard with Vesemir. That is the plan. I will say, loading times massively increased with the next gen update. Now, I don't know if the merchant's going to give me decent prices for these weapons, because I know different people give you different prices for different things. Weapons, I think, would be better being sold to the blacksmith. I'm guessing he'd pay us more. And that's something we need to be aware of when we're selling goods. Is make sure you're selling to the right people. Now the blacksmith. What's the notice? Honeycombs will pay top coin. I've just eaten both of mine. I had 2 honeycombs, but I ate them both. So I won't be able to sell them. Okay. Blacksmith should be here. I don't know if it's worth us spending money to fix up our weapons at this point.
What can I do for you this time?
Although we do need to make sure they are kept
Show me what you
as
got.
best as possible, because does make a massive difference. So, he's only got 296 crowns. I think if I remember correctly, that's what money is. Could be wrong. So we're going to sell everything that's no good to us. I'm going to keep the Witcher's Steel Sword. I know it's no good to us now, we're using an axe because it's better, but it's a Witcher weapon. I'm kind of one of those I have to keep. We could store it, to be fair. The Velen Longsword's no good, it's worth 4. What else have we got? Just got to keep it up. I don't obviously want to we don't want to sell anything that we could possibly use. But we did pick a lot of this stuff up off the battlefield doing that last mission. And it's not worth a massive amount of money, but it all adds up to us. This Guardian's rusty sword, don't need that, do we? That's no good to us. Okay. We'll keep the runestone upgrades. I don't think there's anything else we can sell. We gained a bit of money, not a massive amount, but it's a little bit. We could get some trousers and things if we wanted to. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Gauntlets and stuff, but then it's all higher levels than what we actually are, to be honest. So maybe it's better holding off. And the weapons he has, a lot of it is stuff we've sold him, so he's not going to have anything decent, to be fair. The only thing I'm thinking is repair. So that's our Witcher sword. We can repair it. Currently, it's 73 durability, so it costs a little bit of money. But I think it is definitely worth upgrading our weapons. Fixing them every time we get a chance to, and we've got the money to do so. Repair equipped 162 it's going to cost us in total, but let's do that. Always good to make sure your equipment is always fully done. Crafting wise, we can't craft anything, we're missing components. I think we're good to go.
So long.
Let's finish off White Orchard then with Vesemir. Now we've done everything we needed to do there. How much weight did we take out? Quite a lot. Down to 22 of 90 now. That's a big difference. I've got to remember not to hoard items in this. That is one thing I need to remember. Okay, so Vesemir is inside. Before we head in, we'll just make sure we give it a good save. Otherwise, I'll keep forgetting. Right, let's go and see Vesemir. And then we can leave. We have finished everything in here.
Got a few friends there, so... Something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
Then, who are they?
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Temeria. Fists starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe.
Us.
Buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
Ah, so Vesemir's warning us that he thinks the patrons in here are going to start a fight. And Vesemir wants us to stay out of it. There might be a choice coming, whether to help or not. Thanks for the like, otherwise much appreciated.
Down. Took him down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
It's not very good language, is it?
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
No shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to my sister attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt!
This is the fight Vesemir is probably warning us about. He foresaw it all kicking off.
Leave me be!
Even Vesemir is getting involved now. And now this comes the patrons.
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You alright?
So much for staying out of it.
Which is still young'uns. That true. What the Emperor promised you freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere.
I think we're about to have a barroom brawl with these guys.
Are you?
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
I think it's fight time. We've got our axe. Because we're against humans, we can only use certain weapons. I've just killed several in one. Butcher of Blaviken, trophy achieved. And can't touch this trophy achieved. That axe is pretty good. We're killing several at once.
It's alright.
I know on his back it looks like he's still using a sword, and that's kind of a little bit not right. But we're only using the axe because it's better than the Witcher's sword we had.
See his face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
We've just killed how many of them?
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's
We didn't get involved, Vesemir did. but we ended the fight pretty quickly. But yeah, 2 trophies achieved. I'm not too sure what we got those for. Oh, here we go. Nilfgaard.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
Excuses.
Oh, okay.
You've not changed a bit.
Yen?
Yennefer.
How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you.
So one of the trophies we got was Can't Touch This. It's for killing 5 foes in a fight without taking damage.
Me, but, well, you know me. Patience is
And
never been my strong
Butcher of
suit.
Blaviken was kill at least 5 opponents under 10 seconds.
Good to see you, Geralt. I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
How did you imagine it?
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
Sounds like we're heading to Vizima then. Why Vizima?
We can talk here. Some charming orchards nearby. In bloom even, so you almost can't smell the corpses.
A tempting proposition. Sadly, I must say no. You see, someone awaits you in Vizima. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Yennefer was the reason we were here.
Emrys,
We were actually looking for her.
to those on more intimate terms with him. The white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
Yeah, by the sounds
I
of it.
didn't, though I could have.
Wonder what he offered you.
Must have been a damn good offer then. Not many things you'd give up your freedom for, and even fewer people.
The sooner we set off, the sooner you'll find out.
This is where the story really starts getting going. It's a little bit slow so far, but now we're leaving White Orchard. It will really pick up, and there will be a lot more to do.
Besides, I've got things to do at Kaer Morhen. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help,
Vesemir is leaving us.
See you soon.
Heading back to Kaer Morhen.
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
With the graphical update, with the next generation update, Lilac and Gooseberries trophy achieved. Obviously, the graphics aren't the same quality as some of the PS5 games we've seen recently. You know, it's not Ghost of Tsushima quality, but it's still a big improvement. But that is basically the tutorial done. It's taken us a few streams, and I know it's a relaxed playthrough, so in no rush. But that is basically the tutorial finished. We made sure we completed every mission first as well before we left White Orchard, so we didn't miss anything out.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
But then...
Part of his dream. Or not, maybe it's not his dream. Well, the Nilfgaardian escort hasn't really worked out for him. Don't know if I've got to take over or not. Yennefer doing her thing. Now there's a hint in the name of the game that actually gives you a hint of who they are that's chasing them, and that is the Wild Hunt.
Yennefer, how'd they...
We shall talk of this tomorrow, all right? After the audience.
But from what I remember, that becomes a lot clearer later on. I still don't remember that much though. It's annoying. I'm piecing bits and bits together.
White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
But yeah, the fast travel's definitely sped up, which is good. With just a few scars on our body from many battles, and also when witches, when they're boys, are experimented on to turn them into witches. Their mutations, I think it's called.
It must suffice.
Just a few scars, eh?
Clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
I was gonna say, what's a bergère?
Chair.
Alright, bergère is a chair then.
Catwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
Something wrong with my beard?
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Well,
on the road a while.
I was gonna say.
Fine. Do your thing.
We have kind of been on the road.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
Hey, Geralt's going to look a little different, I think, when this is done.
To answer some questions.
General, I am not certain this is the appropriate time.
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba Division. Before they take you in to see the Emperor, Witcher, there's some information I need you to verify. It's a formality, but one that must be seen to.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth unknown. Parents unknown. Age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
Okay. Good. I don't know what to say because obviously, we haven't actually learnt any of this bit, I don't believe. So we've got a choice. I killed Arian during the siege. Just happened that way. I spared his life. He escaped. So this was the defending commander. We obviously were taking part in the siege, I'm guessing. I spared his life, he escaped. Is probably... Do we want to... I don't know. I don't know if we want to come across someone who just happily killed someone or someone who spared someone's life. I spared his life, he escaped. Let's try that.
We fought on opposing sides, true. Then we landed in the same dungeon. Arian escaped, set fire to the castle on his way out.
So that is how the blade started. Our reports suggested the dragon was responsible. Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen. My question is how?
I think this is kind of giving us a backstory ourselves, isn't it? I've never played the first or the second Witcher games. This is The Witcher 3. They're all previous PlayStation titles, but on PlayStation 2 and things like that. So I believe this is just fleshing out the backstory. Got out of Flotsam and Vernon Roach. I loved Lorwit, he helped me out. I joined Lorvet. Got out of Flotsam and Vernon Roach. Our horse is called Roach, so I'll go for that one.
I got out of Flotsam with Vernon Roach, commander of the Blue Stripes. And...
a murderer of non-humans. We know this gentleman well, Witcher. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me my most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question. before my beard grows back in.
We shall shave you again if it does. Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin. You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
Had to save Triss, helped Roach rescue Anae. I'd say had to save Triss. Triss Merigold is someone we'll meet later on, I believe.
The mighty had imprisoned Triss Merigold. Ought to know I care about her, and I tend to rescue those I care about.
And so you did, handing Radovid control of the Conclave and Council of Mages in the process.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked.
With the next gen update as well, because there's new quests added to do with the Witcher Netflix series, we won't experience those till a lot later in the game, I believe. There's also armor from the Netflix series, but I believe we can only get that later as well.
Blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
If you want to know, shortly afterwards, you watch the defective megascope. Blow your friend Sal de Tanserville. Still escaped. Oh god, what was coming to her? She escaped.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure the paperwork's in order now.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches, including.
Marvel Cuphead, good evening, how are you? That alliance of Dead Sea, I killed Letho. What happened? That alliance still alive, what happened? Let's see what happened to Letho. Not too bad, how are you?
That an ongoing alliance? What's Letho up to?
I had hoped you would answer that question.
Ah, so Letho's hiding from you. Must have a good reason. Was there a shift in national interest that might have caused that? I don't know where he is. Wouldn't tell you if I did anyway. Blade or no blade to my throat.
I believe that's...
Definitely look a bit different without the beard,
Your
don't we?
signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here and here.
With these formalities seen to, I would ask the General to leave the room. We shall be choosing the gentleman's attire. An important matter, but one that does not require the General's assistance.
Shame. I might have given you some advice. So long, Geralt. Good luck with your audience.
I've really enjoyed the Witcher TV series. Up to where we are now, anyway, the first two seasons. Obviously, we've got the third season to come next year. And obviously, Cavill's leaving after that, isn't he?
Feels more like I'm being ready.
But we'll be interested to see where it goes. I know the story's moving away from the books.
A tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will
but yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. I think the first series was the best series, though. Mainly because the ending of the first series kind of had a full twist, and it was really good. So we've got to pick what we need to wear. Any colour, as long as it's black, or wear my clothes. Where's my clothes?
Where are my clothes?
Where they should have gone long ago, with the laundress.
Okay, our clothes in the wash.
They will be returned to you after the audience, clean and starched. The
I don't like them clothes too clean.
Chosen an outfit.
We've actually got to pick an outfit, don't we? Okay. We've got to pick an outfit. We have got a new character. That was the guy talking to us, I believe. It'd be on the glossary, wouldn't it? Characters. So the person who was just talking to us was him. Movran Vorhis, commander of the Alba Division. Didn't seem like a very nice guy, to be fair. See, I haven't watched the Halo. I want to see it, but I haven't been able to watch it because you've got to have a different subscription for it. And I've already got Disney, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. I can't have another subscription. It's just not worth it. I'm hoping it comes on another service at some point. But I saw advertising for it, and it does look interesting. But you think it's good, though? It's one franchise of games I've never played. But in the future, when we have an Xbox with the channel as well, I'm hoping to go back and do a lot of the Halo stuff, just because I've never experienced them. Okay. What one do we want? I don't think it really matters, does it really? We'll go for this one. If Guardian... yeah. Take all. And then I think we need to get dressed, don't we? Obviously we've lost all our items, so it is a case of just getting dressed. There we go. We can. We've got a towel we've just taken off. A bath towel. It's got a 2 armor rating. Not bad for a bath towel. Okay, I'm guessing... can I loot them all? I think I can actually loot everything. Just wonder if there's anything else to pick up. I'm one of these people, I can't help but pick everything up. I can extinguish those, I can loot. I've got a feeling though, if we loot, we'll get in trouble because obviously we're in the Emperor's Palace. It's not really a good time to loot things, is it?
Black suits the gentleman.
Came out on Blu-ray.
Does the outfit satisfy
Best Buy.
the gentleman?
We haven't got a Best Buy in the UK, to be fair. I'll have to have a look and see where else it I didn't know it was already out on Blu-ray, to be fair. I'll have a look because we don't in the UK there isn't such thing as a Best Buy. But that means I'll probably find it on DVD somewhere, I would say. But I'll have a look. Thanks for letting me know. I didn't actually realise that. Yeah, so I suppose so. The outfit's okay.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back. That's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes?
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before...
I can buy it. I can buy the whole first season if I wanted to. Quite expensive though for the whole first season. Yeah, it's about £30 to £40. I know, £25 there. Yeah, it's quite an expensive series currently to buy. It's definitely something I'll look into. But yeah, I didn't realise it was already out on DVD, to be fair. Do we know how to... confirm away? I'm not a bore, I know how to bow. Confirm away, I've got no clue how we bow.
Confirm away.
Yeah, teach us.
Please watch. Leg extended. Hand flat. Head down.
Can you see Geralt of Rivia really doing that?
The gentleman will rehearse.
The gentleman doesn't want to rehearse. I've actually got to rehearse. Well, I can say this is absurd. This is absurd.
Gotta be kidding.
Not at all. I am mortally serious. Does the gentleman know the penalty for breaches of etiquette in the Emperor's presence? 200 lashes.
Oh wow.
I do not wish that upon him.
200
so
lashes.
I will not let him leave until I am confident that he knows how to behave.
Okay, we better learn this. I don't want 200 lashes. Right leg forward, left hand on chest.
Wrong.
Oh, okay. Maybe not that one.
Once more. Leg extended. Hand flat. Head down.
Left arm out.
Chin to chest.
Left leg forward, left arm out. So left leg forward. Right hand on the chest. I don't really want him getting 200 latches, do we?
Lacking fluidity.
But at least we did it right. Left leg forward. Remember that. You're in the TV shows because they're on streaming sites.
Come with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't pay another subscription to another streaming site.
Will address the Emperor
it's just too many now.
And using the appropriate title.
Your arch magnificency.
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
So we've got to call him Your Majesty. Yeah, I've got Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney. I can't add a fourth to that. And the subscription service that Halo's been on hasn't got much else on it, so I never saw the point. But yeah, I definitely want to. I want to keep a look out and see if I can get them a DVD for a decent price. We need to bow. We'll bow. I don't want the 200 lashes. We did have the option not to. And it was a time decision.
Your Imperial Majesty.
I suppose we should show some respect. So they're obviously speaking in their own language. But we've got to show some respect to some of these emperors, don't we? To some degree, just so we can keep our head on our own shoulders, essentially.
I thought you bowed before no man.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain. We're friends. Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cirilla, she's returned. And she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
Master was your favourite character in all 6 Halo films, Halo games. Like I say, I've never played any of them. So that's definitely something I want to play on at some point, and that's why I want to get an Xbox with the channel. That's the plan for the future anyway, once all the insurance and stuff is dealt with. So just give us more options as well. Well, not that I have enough time to do all the things I want to do as it is, but yeah, it's definitely a franchise of games I want to definitely look at some point. I know a little bit about Master Chief, but not that much, to be fair. She's back. So the yellow one continues the conversation. The other one is a question, but will gain information and still be able to pick the other answer. So we'll go, she's back, you're sure, first.
Sure? Ciri left.
If you remember when we started this, Ciri was the young girl at Cal Moran that we were training.
Discuss a rumor.
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
That's why Ciri is important.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
Witcher 4 coming out. See, now we can ask the other question now, because the yellow one continues the conversation. The Witcher 4 is coming out in 2025. I hadn't actually heard that. I knew they were doing one. I hadn't heard when it was due, to be fair. But it's still a good few years off then. Why me?
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me.
To be fair, if you think about
so tell me why you're looking for her.
Graphically how good games are these days.
All those lost years.
For reasons of
how much more they can add into these games as well. And The Witcher 3 itself, from my vague recollections of playing it years and years ago, it was a really good game. The Witcher 4 could be incredible.
Considerably more.
If they keep it going. That's the thing. You know, they can always take a misstep, can't they, and go off piste and do things slightly wrong. So, but yeah, hopefully, with a couple of years down the line, then The Witcher 4 could be incredible. Time will tell. Need information, not motivation. Only doing this for Ciri. Ciri means a lot to Rivia.
For those whose homes
to Geralt of Rivia.
I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid!
So this is the offer that Yennefer had that she couldn't turn down. Because it's about Ciri. I'm sure we'll learn more about her as we go through this. But as I say, we've got plenty of time to do this. It is a relaxed playthrough. This could take us to 2025. With 2-hour streams on a Saturday evening, to be fair. So by the time we've finished it, we could be ready to start the new one then. No, it shouldn't take... It will take us a fair while because we're just playing it relaxed. We're not rushing through. We're going to do all the quests we can do as we go. And we've got the DLCs to do, plus the new Netflix quest as well. So we've got plenty of time. And we'll just see how we go with it. It's quite nice doing a relaxed playthrough. We're not aiming for platinum. Just want to see the ins and outs and just enjoy the story as much as possible. It's a lot like Game of Thrones with lots of love scenes. It's got a fair few in it, yes. Alright, where's the Chamberlain? He's taking us to Yennefer anyway, we know that. Lots of flowers in this garden. Not sure if we're allowed to pick them or get in trouble with the Emperor if we did, to be fair. Why has he stopped? Keep walking.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Okay. So we're going to go in and see Yennefer.
Then transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is not the city council.
Yennefer's round here. And then we'll go back out and we should be able to retrieve all our possessions as well. But first, Yennefer.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
Game of Thrones is a good series. Good series, though.
Under different circumstances.
I seen the
but we've matters to attend to.
The new Game of Thrones that they did.
Now do you understand
that was set before Game of Thrones. That was pretty good.
And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim.
It's different from the young girl who was teaching, isn't it?
Witch has grown into a young lady.
So they're our agents now, all grown up. Our agents.
So they're our agents now? My, you've clearly settled in quick.
Geralt, don't twist my words. I know who Emir is. He started this war and its bloodshed. He had my friends killed. But I haven't any other choice. So please, let's not belabor the pros and cons.
House of Dragon.
Focus on finding
I really enjoyed it, to be fair.
Right.
I was a bit sceptical after Game of Thrones, but actually, yeah, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next one.
Hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best.
So the Wild Hunt can track magic.
You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
That's something we need to remember. Let's ask the question before we continue the conversation. So what's the Wild Hunt want from Ciri?
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
Thanks for the like, with much appreciated.
Clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do.
There is quite a bit of comedy in this, just in the conversations you have sometimes.
Her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I prefer not to think about it, really.
So where's Ciri been seen?
Exactly?
As I say, this is the bit before we get a lot more openness. Teddy's Quest, good evening, how are you?
Is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords, secret handshakes?
Thanks for the like, with much appreciated.
Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance.
February, are you going to play the new Harry Potter open world game? Yes.
Apparently she's got a cozy
I am planning to play Harry Potter on release. Normally I'd do a vote and you guys say yes or no to seeing it, or yes or no to starting it on release, to give you guys a chance to experience the story yourselves without me spoiling it. But I don't think I'm going to wait for that one. I think I want to play it on release, to be fair. But also, yeah, I'm planning on playing it on release. That is the plan. Our current train of thought is we're finishing off Ragnarok, or we're continuing with Ragnarok. Once that's done, we're going to do Marvel's Midnight Suns, and then hopefully that will take us to Harry Potter. If there's a game in between to do, between Harry Potter coming out and Midnight Suns finishing, then you guys will vote on what that game is. But that's my current plan. Hopefully it works as planned. We've been playing some more Combat on Overwatch. Okay, nice. We're also kind of sad because Hogwarts... Yes, I saw it had been delayed for old gen. Yeah, the February date is just for next gen, isn't it? I saw that was announced the other day. Mortal Kombat. You love the cartoon films and video. I've enjoyed the films of Mortal Kombat. I've never found out the games, to be fair. Before we part, why didn't you contact me earlier?
One thing before we go.
But yeah, I was never a fan of the
Why didn't
games.
you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
A bit of jealousy there, I sense.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse? Let's drop it, all right? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Time to get going.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand.
But then the game will now open up to us now we've left White Orchard
So
and this part is done.
to Velen, get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way?
You've just been replaying
and
Jedi Fallen Order.
You really look
So I've never played.
dashing
I've never got to Jedi Fallen Order, to be fair.
Maybe I can have
Jedi
some
Survivor
of my
looks
armor
interesting though.
Good luck, Yen.
Same to you.
It's just having the time to play everything, isn't it? I was saying this the other day in the live stream as well, and on Discord I think it was as well.
That's him over there. And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me.
So she does care. She wants us back in one piece.
I should be waiting.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus keeps adding new games, like the Yakuza games. I've never played them, but there's so many out there I could play, but I don't have the time in the day to do them all. And I don't. Everything I play now is for the channel. You know, recording, streaming, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that. But these things I want to be playing on the channel, and it's just having the time to do it. That's why the episodic content works really well, because it allows me to play stuff. Letter to Yennefer. My dear friend, I have not had contact with Triss for a long time. So that's someone she sent a letter. Someone Yennefer's received a letter from. That's the picture of Ciri that she showed us. I'm not sure if we can what we can loot here. A nice book. I'm one of these people that has to loot everything we can do and get away with. Don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for the silver mug. But I have to loot everything I come across. I can't not. There we go, got some diagrams. Oh wow, I think that's just loading new gear as well. Let's read the letter found in Yennefer's chest. You found the chest I mentioned in my previous letter. Swords. So I believe these are the Netflix. This could be the Netflix armor and sword, possibly. I can't look at it currently. We're not allowed to look at our inventory until we've gone and retrieved our stuff, which we'll do very shortly. Fallen Order is amazing, one of the best styles. Oh really? Oh wow. Yeah, it's going well, thank you. I am looting everything. I can't not loot everything. I'm sure the books will be useful at some point. The wild hunt. The more, you know, the more information we have, the better. We gained a few diagrams, so once we've got our equipment, we should be able to look at the sword and stuff we just took.
A shame I have
Let's
no
speak
time.
to the ambassador.
Ambassador Varatra.
As Yennefer did suggest.
Suggested I ask you about current events.
Star Wars 2 Jedi Survivor on side to play. Hope you see
Of
Darth
course.
Vader.
The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Okay, so we can find out what the situation of the war is, because obviously that's going to affect us when we're out and about. How's the war going?
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirne was in such
Yeah,
disarray that
I've
we
seen bits and
encountered
pieces of
no
Jedi Survivor. It does look interesting.
We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwen remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring.
One thing with this, and that many RPGs, you've got to ask every
Radovid,
question you can to get as much
submit.
information as you can, because that does help you.
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwen, his ally.
Vader is an amazing villain.
This attack took the Kedweni by surprise.
I actually knew an old villains be used
the
more.
loss of their king.
He is very
Dejected,
overused,
they
isn't he?
laid
That's
down
the
their
thing.
arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of 2 weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
That a note of admiration I hear.
That admiration I hear in your voice?
Radovid is our foe, but I cannot deny he is clever. He played us.
So we need to be careful of Radovid.
Particularly dense ones at that. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive.
What do you reckon to the TV series?
Both sides suffered enormous losses.
Last Jedi, is it Last Jedi?
Radovid has retreated across the
And the
Pontar.
Mandalorian, what do you think of those?
He's
Because I've
safe
seen
for
them,
now.
they're pretty good.
Until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then
I couldn't get into the new one though, annoyingly.
Reese will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
What's the situation in Velen? That's where we're heading next, is Velen.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse. This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
Mm-hmm. So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Mandalorian is great, it's going to watch Andor. Yeah, Andor I couldn't get into for some reason. I tried, just could not get into Andor. I need to probably go back and try again, I think.
Difficult to control.
The Jedi one is pretty good, the Mandalorian was good though.
Thus,
You recommended level 8, but I'm at 9 and got
temporarily
2 so I do
delegated
this stuff.
authority in
The
this
poison
region
ability
to a
every time
certain
he heals.
Nordling,
Shield.
a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger.
So you're getting a go to it. It could just be just one of those difficult ones. I can't remember it, to be fair.
I advise you well. Avoid him.
Okay, what's new in Novigrad?
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenford, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty.
Yeah, you get to choose who to fight for, don't you?
Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages,
You get decent rewards
elves,
from doing
in a
that, to be
word,
fair.
Any and all deviants.
Darth Maul could be cool to see in Star Wars Jedi
I've been
Survivor
stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
Okay, what's the latest on Skellige? And then I think we're done here.
What's new in Skellige?
Or Skellige.
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
So they don't think much of it, do they?
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls?
Same
Lead
video,
all the clans against your fleet.
King Bran is a feeble old man.
Good evening, Dennis. How are you? I don't see why not. You can say it. I don't see the issue. You're not going to. No one's going to do anything for it. Yeah, saying things like that aren't going to be an issue. Thanks for your help.
Thanks for your help.
So we've learned a bit more about the surroundings, the war, what's going on. Okay, now we can leave and retrieve our equipment. And what I want to see is what we picked about the chest, because I've got a feeling what we gained out of the chest was some good stuff. I think it's the Netflix stuff, I believe. I didn't think we'd get this early though.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Avatar 2, excited to watch the movie. Yeah, I saw it's a really long one, isn't it? But I am looking forward to it as well. I have to wait till it comes to streaming though, unfortunately.
Robes fresh, but somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I watched the first one again the other day. I wanted to watch with my boy just so he could see it. It's still as good as it was when it first came out.
Mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Okay. We can now travel to Velen, so that's the quest complete. There is a quest here though. So before we leave, let everything catch up. There's going to be some new quests added. There's different things for us to do. There's a quest to pick up here by the looks of things as well. It's always worth having these quests on us when we can. So our current quest is travel to Velen, but it is meant to be level 5. And we're only level 3 currently. So there may be other stuff we need to do first. We're currently in the palace. We need to we'll grab this quest while we're here. And then... So it's giving me options. Velen is over here. And that's where we can fast travel to, I believe. It's going to be a little bit... There'll be a lot more stuff to do here. So if you can see, there's already a notice board showing up. White Orchard is... Don't know where White Orchard is from here, to be fair. But Velen is here. And then there's lots just on this area to do. If we go back to world map though, you've got White Orchard, which is where we started, is all the way over here. And there's probably more to do here yet. But we just weren't high enough level. Like, we couldn't do that because we weren't high enough level at the time. We can head back. There's 8 signposts we never went to, according to that. So the map is fairly big. There's going to be a lot of stuff to do. But inventory, this is what I wanted to look at. So, we did pick up some armor and stuff from the chests in the room. Now, we need to re-equip everything. The problem we have, so these weapons, the White Widow of the Valley of Flowers, level 7 needed. Level 11 needed for that one, 9-tailed Vixen Silver Sword. These are all weapons we gained from the box. I think these are to do with the Netflix series, from what I remember. You know, one thing I observed about war and history over time was all the centuries we were doing what we had to. Let's get an Avatar 2. Yeah, Disney Plus will get it. Legacy of Judas for next Saturday. Nice. Yeah, the schedule's your best bet, Dennis, to be fair. Spartans the same as Vikings, ruthless and no mercy, with a lot of heart for who they were. Vikings weren't as ruthless as people thought. They've now found out that actually there's a bit more to them than what was first thought, to be fair. So these weapons we can't use yet to a higher level, but at least we've got them ready to use when we are a higher level. With the Witcher's Silver Sword. We keep the Witcher's Steel Sword. It's not good enough to use currently. We've outgrown it already. So the armour we've gained as well. We've got the Armour of the 1,000 Flowers. We need to be level 7 though. White Tiger of the West armour. So I'm pretty sure these are from the Netflix series. They are very heavy, so we may need to store them until we're high enough level to actually wear them, by the looks of things. But we need to put all our stuff back on. They're only a 2 armour then ones. 2, 3, 1. And then trousers wise, hunting trousers are 7. And then boots, 1, 6, 5. Obviously different resistances as well. Get our normal armor back on. So a lot of this, we need to find a stash and we'll store those because obviously the weight is quite a lot. So we will store those as soon as we get a chance. But I believe they're all to do with the Netflix stuff. So let's speak to this officer here. Because, no, it's not him. This guy wants to talk to us. The nobleman. What does he have for us, I wonder? Oh, Gwent. We haven't touched Gwent yet. I don't even think I've got a deck. Okay. I'll bet 5 because I don't think we have a deck, or we've not looked at Gwent as a game yet. This must be the first time we can play, I believe. So we'll have a quick game. Use the panels. Yeah, Northern Realms. I remember a little bit of how to play this because I used to play the mobile game separately, to be fair. So I can move those across if we wanted to. We'll keep it as is though. I'm not going to change anything at this point. Oh, not enough unit cards. There we go. So we'll have a quick game of the Gwent so we can see it for the first time, but we won't be spending too long on it now. We'll learn a lot more about it later on. Choose a card to redraw. That one. That one, there we go. We'll try and win though. Always got to win, especially on the first time we do something. But yeah, the Vikings weren't as ruthless as people believe. They actually used a lot of psychological warfare in what they did. Right, he's played this one. It's 2 attack, that's fine. We're going to use Ballista. Do 6 damage from the back. Oh, that is a big card. I'm going to try and do a bit of an artillery barrage at this point. Obviously we've got to save cards for the next round as well. We are down at the minute. We've got to make sure we save cards for the next round. All siege cards to 1 for both players. Range combat, so that doesn't help us. I was thinking we could use the ranged, but he's not using ranged weapons either. There. Want to make sure we got cards for the next round. That's the only downside. Maybe we lose this round on purpose without risking too much. I think I want to pass because he's used some big cards very quickly. There we go. He wins the round. That's fine. He's passed straight away. So we're going to play a single card for this round. And then we can pass and we win the second round. This is the thing. We've made sure he used some big cards straight away. Okay, it's our turn. So now we've got to try and win this round to win overall. I didn't only bet 5 coins. Okay, he's using ranged. That's what I expect him to do. And because of that, I want to use ranged combat to 1. So impenetrable fog is my thinking. So ranged, their attack is decreased. Although I don't think his will. Yeah, his hasn't decreased because of the card it is. What's our leader? That's fine. Let's go artillery again. Obviously, whoever wins this round wins. We can bring one back. Let's bring back the trebuchet. What's your favourite thing about Vikings? Did you ever go to a museum? I've seen quite a few museums and stuff with Vikings in them, to be fair. I just like the fact that they're misunderstood. They weren't nice people. They wanted to fight a lot. But they're misunderstood. The rumours of them pillaging and raping everything and they come across, was slightly true, but it was used as psychological warfare more than actual doing it, if that made sense. Thank you, Marvel Cuphead. Much appreciated. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. May have messed myself up because I can't use some of my cards. Not affected by special cards. Yeah, my ranged ones are going to suffer because I can't use them, annoyingly. I'm ahead though. What's he got left to play? So my ranged aren't going to get a decent score now. I may have messed up here. I did say we may not win. Because that's only going to score 1. Fighting Frost. Okay. That's not too bad. We'll score 1 there. I can equal the same score he has. No, I can't now. Oh no, that one decreased. Oh, okay. I can't win. Is what I've seen. We'll play our last card. I can't actually win by the looks of things. We'll take the loss. Raven's Ivy because how the chops are destroyed that. I don't actually know any particular groups or factions, as you say, but I like the way they actually did things. There was a lot of belief in their own abilities and things like that I really like about them. Okay, we can actually leave here now and travel to the big wide world and start our proper adventures as a Witcher. So we go from the Royal Palace, we can now travel. We are slightly under-leveled, I am worried about that, but we'll
Geralt
manage.
and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
So the big thing about the Vikings was the fact that they would volunteer to die as an offering to their gods. You know, that takes a lot of devotion. But they were mainly traders. Well, they started off as traders. But yeah, I just like the fact they use psychological warfare, but everyone sees it differently. They saw them as these nasty people that would kill everyone, but actually that gave way to people being afraid of them, which helped them in the long term. That's not a tree you want to be around too often, is it? But we are now out in the big wide world as a Witcher. There'll be lots of quests to do, things to do, ways to earn money. Thank you for purchasing the Hearts of Stone expansion. Okay, we've got to change a tracked quest to look into this because it's got to change. You can encounter room right. Okay. It's because we've got the Game of the Year edition, the complete edition, so it's showing up. Because now you've done the tutorial, everything's now open to you, including the expansions. You shouldn't do those till after the main story, obviously. Okay. Just make sure we're on the right quest. So, yeah, some quests might be too difficult. So we've got to look for Ciri in 3 different locations. We're heading to the Nilfgaardian contact in Velen at the inn. Pyres of Novigrad is another quest we can do, but we should be level 10 for that, it's suggesting. 16 for Skellige, or Skellige. And Evil Soft Touches is actually the expansion Hearts of Stone. And obviously Gwent is also another one to do at some point. These are our missions currently. According to that, there's enemies nearby. Just down there. I don't know what they are though. Wild dogs. They're running away. Are they running away from me or actually going to come towards me? Don't know if they're going to come. They're coming. They're wild dogs, they're not a bad thing to kill, but they're also going to give us some supplies. Which is why I wanted to deal with them now. It'll mainly be raw meat, and dog tallow. It's all stuff we're going to need. You can't really back away from a fight on this because you need all the ingredients to make stuff and actually make your journey easier. So we need to make sure whenever we see enemies, we're not running away from them. We need to actually encounter them as much as possible. We can head back to Roach now though. Health wise we're fine, we can eat stuff when we need to. Okay, we're heading into Velen, we've got to go to the inn. Can't actually pick anything up, can I? No, I can't pick anything up when I'm on Roach. We do need to level up, that's something we do need to do, to be fair. This village looks like it's been destroyed as well. It's where the army's been through, that we were told about when we went and saw the Emperor, to be fair. So we know the army's been here quite a lot. Okay, there is a notice board here. Some people will talk to us, not everyone. The notice board though is where we can pick up some Witcher missions. I can just pick all. You can pick them all up, but it will give us. I need some quests to do as well. Mostly, some people will talk to us, some won't. Like she won't. I wonder why she was crying. So we're going to some new quests now because we picked up all the notice board things. It's always a good way of earning money and materials. Greek time, weren't a big fan of the Spartans, Persian, or Athenians. No, I'm more of a Greek person. I love Greek mythology, but more the mythical side of Greek mythology. I'm not massively into modern Greek, just more mythology side. Okay, so we've got Wild at Heart, Talk to the Hunter, and this one here. Let's have a look on the map where that one is. Because that's our current tracked quest. It's all the way over here. Okay. Just trying to decide where to head first. We need to pick some missions up here as well. Each notice board will have different missions, so we should really be travelling across to this village here. We are slightly under-leveled, but that should be okay as it's a main story quest.
Witcher.
I don't know if this is where... No, these people aren't willing to talk to us too much. You can go in people's houses and rob things, to be fair. The other thing we can do here, actually, enhancing armour. So we can enhance our armour temporarily and their weapons. You can do that yourself without an armour being there. We can fast travel from this signpost as well if we need to. I'm just thinking if there's anyone to talk to, but I don't think anyone's really going to talk to me.
Witcher.
No, they were happy to say hello and that's about it. Okay. Right, where are we heading? I'm going to just look around for ages, that's the downside. So we want to be heading back the way I was just looking. So we want to be heading this way. Let's call Roach. And we'll take him to the next village, which is where I'm going to be heading anyway. Females would fight in war and die, they were skinny. Well, the shield maidens in Viking times were quite important. The shield maidens were one of the most feared warriors in the Vikings, to be fair. Early Viking days, they weren't a big thing. But then the women started taking over, and the women were more feared than the men were, to be honest. They were better trained the majority of the time. So, yeah, the women were a big thing. Cut their hair, tattooed. Yeah, tattoos were a big thing. It told the story of their life and what they'd been through. That was the big thing with tattoos to the Vikings. It was where the history was.
Slow now.
Oh, there's a mission here. We'll stop here. Obviously, every time there's a mission, it's worth picking it up, I feel. It's better to have them. Every mission we can have on, we'll have, and if we're near it, we can do it. That's kind of always my thinking with these. This is the Eternal Fire Priest. He did say we can approach. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
What do you want?
Rejoice, for even a creature as depraved and
Geralt
base
de
in
Riviere's
nature
not
as you
quite a big fan of these people.
the glory of the eternal fire. Someone must see to the corpses on the battlefield. Necrophages defile those not already rotting in mass graves. This is not right.
That's to be my good deed for the day.
Yeah, the shield wall, wasn't it? They used a lot of the time, or something similar to that. It's been in a lot of the TV series and stuff. The shield wall's been overused than what it was actually used in real time. But they were quite good at strategy, to be fair. Right, here's got something for us, and he's willing to pay us.
All right,
so we'll do it.
I'll take care of it.
This will count amongst your merits. The more good one works in life, the more...
You can't turn down coin or any kind of work, really, even if we don't like the people giving us the jobs.
Oils. Dash generously and set alight, understood? I wish it to flare up to the sky, for the glory of the eternal fire and all that.
Once I've incinerated the bodies, where'll I find you?
I shall be near the bridge to Novigrad.
Okay. So funeral pyres is a quest. Let's track the quest. Mainly because I want to see where it wants us to go for it. Just here. So it's actually on our way to where we're heading. Or is it? Actually, no. There's 3 of them to do. There's 3 pits we need to burn the bodies. But 1 is nearby. We'll do the first one. As we're near to it anyway. And we'll take probably a quick ride to the others as well. If it's easy coin, it's easy coin. There's no harm in doing it while we're nearby. So the first one... there's something here. There's enemies here. I think they're going to be wild dogs again. Roach will run away if we're not careful, so we have to be aware. Sometimes it's better to come off him.
Sure stinks like a mass grave.
Yeah.
Now for the holy oils. Hope they burn well. Not bad.
First one's down. I did just see... I think the wild dogs just took out an enemy here. What? Yeah, the wild dogs took out something else here. I didn't quite see what it was at the time. But I don't think it was human, whatever it was. I did take a bit of a hit, but we're okay. More dog tallow. Right, so this is what the first one we need to do. First pit. I don't want to be using an axe, I want to be using a sword, but at the minute we don't have a good enough sword. So we can burn the first pit of bodies.
Now for a shot of Igni.
We just need to use Igni to ignite. First one done. As I say, this quest seems to make sense to do it while we're here. And it's easy coin. Easy coins is never a bad thing. More requests and high priority and overused, true. Oh yeah, the shield served a lot of different purposes. Which one to do? I don't know which one to do first. There's one here, isn't there? It's telling us to go north, so we'll do the one north of us first. We'll get a chance to see a bit more of the land around us as well. Yeah, let's go this way. We may come across some new things along the way, but might as well clear this quest while we're here. As I say, it is coin at the end of the day, and witches work for coin. Plus, if we come across any enemies, we need to level up. That's essentially what we need to do. So, it's good to get missions done for that purpose. There's lots of flowers we could be picking up, to be fair. Let's keep. So there's something here. I'm going to jump down. I think there's going to be enemy around these. Are they going to be wild dogs again?
Yeah,
no, ghouls this time.
Like a mass grave. Now for the holy oils. Hope they burn well.
So ghouls this time. One thing I'm doing a bit too much here is I'm actually over attacking. I've got a tendency to do that in games for some reason, and this does punish you if you over attack. Try and get too many hits in is a bad thing. We will need to eat something pretty soon. We are getting quite a few resources that we can use hopefully later on. That's a bear, isn't it? Do I want to be taken on the bear yet? It may be a bit too much for us, to be fair. May have to leave the bear for the time being. Unless it actually comes at us, then we won't have a choice. Igni to set it alight. There we go. And that's experience points. I've just set myself on fire, annoyingly. There we go. We do need to eat something. Raw meat will give us some of it back. James Patrick, good evening. How are you? So that's that one done. There is a bear there. I kind of want to take on the bear, but I think it may be beyond us. Sneak up behind it. So level 6. As I say, this could be a mistake. We're about to find out. It's got big teeth. Make sure it doesn't get a hit in. Because I think a hit on us is going to hurt us quite badly. Bit of fire from Igni. Do like Igni. I've got to make sure I'm not over attacking too much. Hoping it's going to give us decent materials to be fair. Bit more Igni there. Igni is one of my favourite weapons. I think we have defeated the bear. Raw meat, bear hide and bear fat. That's all stuff I'm sure we'll use in time. XP would have been the better option to be fair. We need that more XP to level up. We're nearly level 4. Just take a bit of time to level up in this. I'd like to use smoke and fog to advantage. Cause confusion. Oh absolutely. The Vikings were a lot cleverer than people gave them credit for. And a lot of how they fought has only really been known now, to be fair. We could hunt the deer as well, but we'll hold off on that. But yeah, they were quite a clever people, to be honest. But misunderstood quite a lot in their times as well. Right, we're heading for the last funeral pyre, which is just down here, south of this town here, Mulbydale.
That's it, Roach.
And then that may give us the XP to level up to 4. I think it does recommend 5 when we go and meet our contact, and we're only level 3 currently, but nearly level 4.
That's it, Roach.
That's why I thought doing this mission while was nearby made sense to help us level up as well. That's kind of was the thinking. It's got to be aware of enemies. Obviously that bear was level 6, and we kind of got away with it because we were dodging quite well, to be honest. That could have gone a lot worse. I'm trying to eat to keep our health going up, but obviously the raw meat isn't the best thing to be eating, ideally. We should be eating other things than raw meat. The honeycomb helped us massively with our health. I shouldn't have really eaten it as quickly as I did.
Giddy up.
What have we got down here? There's someone down. There's loads of a few enemies down here. And someone being attacked.
Shit, one's still alive.
I think that's one of the people that we're meant to be burning, to be fair.
Show me what you got.
So I'm trying not to over attack. That's why I'm being a bit careful and dodging quite a lot. Right, that's the ghouls taken care of. Let's speak to the guy.
Fucking priest, it's corpse eaters. I'm done with this damn town.
Drunk and parry a lot. Let's party a lot.
To meet as usual, just a larger delivery. Good customer, I thought. Then they whipped out blades.
Yeah, they were definitely smarter than people gave them credit for. Are we still talking about the priest of the eternal fire?
We still talking about a priest of the eternal fire?
I'd say so. Beat-stained pricks can't be trusted. This one had ordered premium-grade fistek from me 3 times, everything perfect, but the 4th, his man came at us with knives, sought to knock us out of trade. Shoved me in that ditch with the corpses. Must have thought the ghouls would take care of the rest.
So the...
to make sure he hired a witcher to burn the bodies, destroy any evidence.
Well, we knew the priest couldn't be trusted.
Meaning you. So what now?
Nothing. Didn't pay me to burn the living.
Oh, thank the gods it's true what they say. Though mutants, you live by a code.
We do have a code.
Thank you, Witcher.
We've now leveled up to level 4. We've got to obviously finish the mission, which is to burn this pile of bodies here, which we'll do in a second. But we've allowed the guy to live because we don't burn live people. Well, I'm going to stand a bit backwards this time. Last time I did it, I found myself on fire. There we go. We do need to return to the priest to receive our reward for doing this. So we'll head back to him shortly. There are some loot to pick up from the ghouls that we killed. This guy's now free to go. I wondered if he'd talk to us again, but he doesn't. Borgias were an interesting people, to be fair. Okay. I think that's everything. Witcher senses, just to be sure. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to pick up. So where are we heading back for the priest? How far do we need to head for him? He's all the way north, isn't he? He's quite a way north, to be fair. I know we're meant to be heading over here, but if we get the reward from him, that's at least that done at least. Yeah, we're at a better level for this quest than we are the main quest we're meant to be doing, and it's allowed us to level up to 4. Before we level up, though, we've got a skill point to spend. Now, what do we want it on? Igni is the sign we use a lot. We've got our fast attack is there. Do we want it on signs or do we want it on alchemy? Or general's fine. Trying to think what do we need and use? Strength training possibly. Arrow deflection. Reflexes. Resolve. I haven't really used any of the other signs yet. The mind one may be useful for convincing someone later on to do something we want them to do. That's where that might come in handy. Alchemy, again, we haven't used any of it yet, but that doesn't mean we won't, because everything is useful. Tolerance, frenzy. Obviously none of these are, we can buy these actually. Is the one that allows us to carry more items. That would be good, I think. Maximum vitality increase there. That might be a good one to have. Adrenaline burst. Focus. Bear school techniques. Griffin school techniques. Actually, this might be useful. Trick shot. Battle frenzy. There we go. We can increase our maximum inventory. So let's do that. It means we can carry more stuff, which I think is kind of important early on. There we go. We'll put it in. So we can now carry a lot more stuff before we need to sell. I'm one of these people that doesn't like selling stuff. So for me, it's better to be able to carry more. Okay, the meat isn't giving us a massive amount of regeneration either. I've noticed that. 10, 10, 30 seconds is raw meat. Is there anything better? The bread is the same. The waters last for longer. We'll keep the raw meat, I think. Right, we're going to climb on Roach. We're going to head to get our money from the priest. Don't know, we might talk. I don't know if we'll have a chance to say to him about the guy he wanted us to kill. Hopefully we don't have to say anything to him about it. May cause a bit of an argument. So I feel they'll be close to Vikings because they were good with armour. I think Knights had better armour though. They were heavier. The Knights were good, but obviously their armour weighed them down a lot. Whereas Vikings relied on being fast, nimble. That made a big difference to them, to be fair. That was the big difference between Knights and Vikings, I would have said. A load of enemies there. There is. There's a massive field full of... I don't know what they are. Do we want? I don't really think we want to be fighting a whole group of enemies that we don't have a clue what they are. There was a lot of them there. We'll be taking on a lot of contracts as we go around. That would include killing lots of different creatures. I'm avoiding using the M word because I know I can't say it properly. So I'm avoiding using it. Okay, let's go. We've probably got 15 minutes left. So let's try, for the last 15 minutes, we're going to try and get the money for the quest we've just done for the priest. And see what else we get from it. What have we got? I think they're just wild dogs. We've got to think about XP a lot of the time as well. We need to be leveling up. That's something we've got to keep an eye on, is our XP and our level. But yeah, if we can get back to this priest, we can collect a reward at least. Go Viking. Or prefer heavy armor and be a heavy hitter? No, I would want to be light on my feet, to be fair. If it was me, I'd want to be able to use speed. And the same as I'd use a lighter weapon. The long swords that some knights used, they're just too big. Oh, it's a bandit. Person in distress. We've got bandits attacking us. They're a higher level than us as well. I think it's easy to get down on my sword off my horse, to be fair. Zigny on his horse works perfectly. They are level 7, but they're attacking a witcher. Not something I would advise personally, especially when Igni sets them off their horse. Is that it? Just the two of them? Smoking pipe, blunt axe. I think we dealt with them both. We did pick up a quest, I think, from taking on the bandits. They did attack us first. I thought we picked something else up, but it doesn't. It's not showing there, so maybe we didn't. But yeah, bandits decided to attack, and it kind of didn't work out for them. Well, they're saying that there's a whole town full of stuff here, with a load of enemies as well. That's a whole bandit. That's loads of bandits, isn't it? That could go pretty badly for me, I think. I didn't mean to do that. What I was thinking. Why is it still using it? I want to use my bow. For some reason I can't get my bow to come out. Okay, we could go in and fight the bandits. I think I'm going to go in and fight the bandits. Now I've got our axe. There's a whole... Got to watch out for the arrows from this guy that's deserted. These are level 9. We're just level 4 to be fair at this point. But we are a witcher as well. And obviously we do have the signs to help us. I'm just going to be careful not to over-attack. That's the leader, that guy. I do prefer rolling out the way than actually dodging. I find that better to avoid being killed. Right, I've got to take out the leader. Well, that's the deserters dealt with. There is someone in the cage here we're going to help in a second. We've got the key off that guy. I'm impressed we managed to beat them, considering they were definitely a higher level than us. We could gain some decent weaponry from these guys as well. Novigrad long swords. Is there still someone else here? That is an enemy according to that, but I think he's gone past, so we'll leave him be. We'll get the lady out. I think, is there a lady or a man? That's a man, I think. Merchant.
Look for me stall by the bridge across the Pontar. Got goods for the army mostly. But I'll make an exception for you.
So having saved the merchant, he's asked us to look out for his stall. So he'll have some goods for us. Unsent letter. Okay, so we did manage to take out the bandits at least. I think we did the right fighting wise. Yeah, I think we did okay. I wasn't expecting it to go that way, to be fair. I did think that would be a lot more difficult considering their level compared to us. I think we did alright. There's also some stuff over here. Alchemy paste. This is why I had to increase how much we can carry, because I will pick everything I possibly can up. And obviously in this you can only carry a certain amount. Right, I think that's everything here. Right, where are we heading for the priest so I don't get too off pace and go somewhere else? As you're on a quick, half your enemy to track you or hit you. Back there for Vikings with this moment. I'd probably a middle. If I was a ship captain, I will say this now, I hate boats with a passion. But if I was a ship captain, I would want a boat that was nimble, not too heavy but not too light. You know, it's got decent cannons and stuff. But yeah, I can't stand boats. Okay, let's head. It's obviously where one of the battles has been. Oh, so the guy we saved is there. We'll head to him in a little bit. Let's get to the priest. I want to get our earnings from him ideally. Supposedly he's just over here. Let's go and speak to him now and get our money off him for doing his mission. Although it wasn't quite as he said it was.
Well, Witcher,
but he is an eternal fire priest after all.
your task?
Why hadn't anyone burned the corpses earlier? Got to ask all the questions first.
Interest in the fallen so late.
The Church of the Eternal Fire's first duty is to the living.
I should have checked weapons to see if we could change to a better sword, actually.
After the battle, the wounded needed tending, refugees, pastoral care. We had sermons to deliver, donations to collect.
Relieved to hear it. What would the people have done without you?
Okay, took care of the graves.
So, took care of the graves. Interesting, actually. One of the corpses proved to be quite, well, alive. And pretty talkative.
What do you mean?
Fist tech dealer. One of them survived. Had an awfully interesting story to tell.
Intriguing. I would purchase this story from you.
He wants to purchase a story from us.
Exclusively.
I hate boats too because of the Kraken myth. And ship breaking half, I think them drowning. Secrets are more brutal. Yeah, I can see that point. Do we allow him to buy out the story from the guy, or do we? We don't take bribes. We're a Witcher. Yes, we work for money. We do contracts for money, but we do not take bribes. We have a code of ethics. Thanks for liking. That was much appreciated. This may end up being a fight, though.
But you sure as hell can't buy me.
Ah, an impasse.
There we go.
Then it will be cheapest to kill you.
Yeah.
3 on 1. Surely we'll manage. Witcher
We're going to be
or
killing
not.
the priest then.
Take him.
Although saying that, the priest is down. This is why I love Igni. Igni is one of the best weapons you have, especially early game. Although these guys are not high level in the slightest. Well, that's the quest. Funeral pyre is done. We stuck to our morals. We refuse to be brought or bribed. We can be hired, but cannot be bribed. 200 crowns and a mace. And that's all that's on him. The other guy, I don't think we can take anything off him. As soon as we knew he wanted to buy the story from us, we could kind of guess that was only going one way, wasn't it? But yeah, they were lower level than the bandits we just dealt with, to be fair. Okay. We want to go and head to the guy we saved, the shopkeeper here. I think this is the one we saved, so we'll head there first. And the aim is to head here. We've only got about 10 minutes left. We'll see if we can get around here somewhere. We'll head to the shopkeeper first, because that's the one we saved. He may have some stuff for us. Now, in terms of what we actually have, we picked up some swords. We may be worth to sell them, to be honest. They're not as good as the axe we're currently using. The damage is less. They have got armor piercing, or one of them has. Whereas our one doesn't have anything, it's just damage. Whereas that has armor piercing, the Novigrad longsword. The blunt axe is no good to us. We've got 2 maces here, but both of them are lower damage what we've got. They do bludgeoning. And obviously our Witcher's steel sword is lower level, so that's pointless at this point. And we're not high enough for anything else. Loads of hunting boots. I'm gonna have to put. I need to start storing stuff, because I will just start keeping everything we have, and it'll be silly in the end, and we'll just have no room for anything. Right, innkeeper, not innkeeper, the merchant that we saved. Let's head to him. Come on, Roach, jump down. Let's skip to the merchant, and at least then. I didn't need to go very far. Okay. There is a mission to pick up here as well. This is the merchant we saved. Let's see what he has. Thanks for the line, much appreciated. We can also sell them free weapons, the weapons we can't use. He's got a little bit of money on him. He hasn't got much to sell though. Pure silver. He wants 86 crowns for it. Powdered pearl. We don't really know what we need right now. That's the other thing. I wouldn't say he's got anything major for us to buy, although we did just save his life. But he doesn't seem to have anything decent. I don't know if the pure silver is a decent price to buy or not. I'm not too sure. But we can sell the 3 Novigrad longswords that we got from the people holding him hostage. They will give us. Is that all they? He's not. The problem is, he's only a normal merchant, so what he will pay for them is quite low. May worth holding on to, actually, to be fair. Just because he's not going to give us very much money for them. Crafting alchemy, we've got a few things. We have got some. How much is powdered? We've got some powdered pearl. It's worth 13 if we were to sell it. How much does he want for his? 171. We can sell our powder pearl to him for 13 crowns, but he wants 171 crowns to buy one off him. That would be a no then. We've actually got some. Is that silver? Dark iron ore. Silver ore. So we could sell our silver ore for 6. But he hasn't got ore though, has he? So I was hoping he's got pure silver. I was hoping he had some decent stuff, but actually he hasn't. And I don't really want to sell anything to him, because I don't know what we need for crafting and stuff. This is why I end up hoarding everything. But a lot of this stuff, the alchemy stuff, has no weight, so that doesn't matter so much. But yeah, he hasn't got anything decent, to be fair.
Farewell.
But while we're here, let's pick up the quest that's just behind us. This guy here, I think. Shady Merchant. Thanks for the like, much appreciated. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Let's have a quick look at the Shady Merchant.
Ye seek trouble?
Shady Merchant doesn't hold him in good stead. Let's see what he has.
Interest you in a pass? Cheapest around, right here.
These passes, what are they?
What kind of pass are we talking about?
You don't know. Redanians hold all the fords across the Pontar. Can't get through without a pass. But you're in luck. So happens I've got a few to sell.
Has he now?
What? Could dress up like Radovid and buy a gilded carriage for that much.
What am I to do if you can't afford it?
I'm not paying it. I'm not paying 100 crowns. Can you go any lower?
No deal.
Whoa, hold up. Might have a little work for you. Reduce the price for a job well done.
He's got some work for us, has he? What kind of work?
What kind of work?
Nearby. Just to the southeast. My sister's husband's got a business. He and some lads tidy up battlefields. Problem is, there's always swarms of shite bothering them, you know, in monsters drawn to corpses. Give them some protection, and I'll swing you one beautiful discount.
A beautiful discount should be free. Okay, we haven't got a delusion level high enough. Otherwise, we could use it to get round this and do a different, just give it to us potentially. I'm guessing that's what would happen. We need to upgrade the delusion level though, so we can actually control their mind a little bit more. I'll think it over.
All right, see what I can do.
So that has given us another quest to do fake papers. I don't know if we want fake papers, to be fair. How far away is that? I know it's not too far. It's just over there. We'll head there now. We've only got a couple of minutes left, but we'll go and see what kind of creatures are over here. And see if we can deal with them quickly before we finish for the evening. As at the start of the stream, we are a bit hit and miss on streams this coming week. There we go, there's more ghouls here now. These are level 9, these things. Although they all burn the same. Yeah, because of the Christmas holidays already starting, daytime streams are hit and miss this week, but the schedule will be out tomorrow, so keep an eye on that. So you know what's happening in terms of live streams. And there will be, as we did last year, a Christmas Day message. We did the same last year, to be fair, as well. So I thought we'd do a game this year. A little bit of fun.
What?
Well, we saved them. And we get a bit of ghoul's blood out of it as well.
Well, what do you want?
That's that done. Who do I need to talk to? This guy over here, I think.
Come here!
What is it?
Got work for you, because you look to me eyes like a witcher. Am I right?
What do you need?
Need from the men to finish their work unharmed. But we got corpse eaters coming out all the while. Rid us of them, and we'll give you a share.
Easy money.
Deal.
I've just dealt with them all. Is that all of them, though? Okay, we need to protect them. But I don't know if that's it, or there's going to be more coming. More coming. More ghouls by the looks of things. These are a lower level. These are only level 7, to be fair. I do need to keep an eye on my health a little bit better, to be fair. I think they just ate one of the men. Right, still another one over there. Trying not to roll away as much. I'm trying to dodge a little bit more. Alright, another one down. Is that all of them, or is there going to be more? While we're waiting for any more to turn up, we'll just loot what we can. More coming in. There they come. A bit too far away, I think that attack was.
Like that silver.
Didn't dodge that one very well there. And that one. Can eat while fighting though, at least. They're not very susceptible to fire. They don't burn that easily, to be fair. I need to get a bit better at dodging that. Trying not to roll as much, but obviously I'm taking a few extra hits because of that. Is that all of them? Or is there going to be more still? A few bodies to go through.
Lost something, have you?
I think there's more coming in now. There is more. I think I might go back to rolling away a little bit more, to be fair. I wasn't taking as many hits when I rolled more, to be fair. I am nearly dead, so I'm going to be very careful now. Right, where's my enemy? There. There's more coming in. How many more of these things have we got to do? I'm dead. It's my own fault. I knew I was low on health, to be fair. Load most recent save. When was my last save? That's the question. I haven't saved it myself for a while. At the checkpoint. 23:28. I think it's there, isn't it? That's why I need to save more often. That's my own fault. I knew I was low on health. I wasn't eating correctly to get health back up quickly enough. So yeah, it was silly. So this is the shady merchant who wanted us to go and help one of his friends. We are out of time. We kind of died at the right time in a way because we're out of time anyway. But we'll give it a save. We've managed to do a few of the missions. We have left White Orchard this evening. And we have now moved on to the main map. We have lots to do and lots to see and lots of contracts to take on and creatures to find and discover. I don't think our bestiary... We took on our first bear. That was something we did. The ghouls that we were fighting just then, we need to go back again to fight them again. It does actually tell us we can use necrophage oil against them as well. So that's something we could try and look to use next time. That's the thing with all the enemies, all the different types of creatures we're going to come across, whether they're beasts, whether they're spectres and stuff like that. You need to know their weaknesses and use that where possible. The necrophage oil. If we've got some, or we can make some, that would definitely be something we can use, would help us massively. And I think I need to go back to rolling away rather than just trying to dodge. Because obviously that didn't go too well for us, did it? But that is us done for this stream of Genshin? I don't know why I said Genshin. Of The Witcher Wild Hunt, the next generation upgrade. For those that aren't aware, the next gen upgrade is out there. If you already own the game, disc or digital, you do get the upgrade for free. So it's definitely worth doing if you want to go back to this. And you can transfer your saves over. It is a bit of a faff, but you can do so. But that is us done for this evening, and for this week in fact. We have the schedule for next week coming out tomorrow afternoon. 1 PM GMT for the scheduled video, and 8 PM GMT for the live stream post on the community page. That'll be tomorrow. As I say, because of Christmas holidays, next week and the week after, our live streams are going to be a little bit more spread out. There won't be as many daytime ones. In fact, there may only be one daytime stream next week. I'm just waiting on timings for it to be exact. But it will only affect the Christmas period, and back to normal after that anyway. And New Year's Eve, I'm thinking about doing a New Year's Eve stream. I don't know what of, to be honest. It might be this. Might be worth doing a New Year's Eve stream, maybe. Haven't quite really thought about it yet. But if you've got any ideas, do let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed the stream tonight, don't forget to subscribe. And a massive thank you to everyone who's joined us. Go to thank you as well. Much appreciated. As always, thanks for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. We'll be back next time with more Witcher. I haven't scheduled Witcher in for next weekend, next Saturday, because it's Christmas Eve and I can't. I might have to obviously do the family thing over Christmas. But after Christmas is out of the way, we'll do every Saturday evening. We'll do the Witcher Wild Hunt relaxed playthrough. I like the relaxed playthrough. We don't have to rush anything. We're just exploring it, enjoying it, seeing everything. I will do. Thank you, Goated. Thanks for liking with us as well. Much appreciated. So as I say, we'll have the schedule tomorrow on the community post at 8 PM GMT and 1 PM GMT for the video of the schedule. And hopefully we'll see some of you next week. There is also daily content on the channel next week, as always. And there was something else happening tomorrow, but I can't remember what it was. That's it. Don't forget tomorrow evening, 7 PM GMT, as a Gotham Knights look back after we completed the Platinum Trophy as well. So thank you all for joining us. As always, thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. And we'll be back very soon with more Witcher. And hopefully we'll see you on a live stream very soon. So have a good evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.